There's no phone number on here though. There's no real strong call to action. So I'll hit the click, I'll skip this step and see what it does. So this is where I would most likely, I would put people towards this page. But again, see the phone number is really, the number one thing you want to do is have someone call, and the phone number is kind of buried over here. That phone number should be big and prominent. Take the first step here. That's a lot of fields. What we've learned is that the more fields you have, the less, the conversion rate goes lower and lower because people don't want to fill out a bunch of forms. There's no what sets us apart. We specialize in buying and selling. So there's no like testimonials or someone saying, hey, you ought to sell to these people because they're really good. So you've got a lot of wasted space right here. There's really, this is where your eyes go to. So every one of you guys can go home and look at your website and say, look away, look back, where do your eyes go to? Well, my eyes go to that picture. Well, that picture's not going to make you any money because there's nothing to do with that picture. So I would definitely get the website, this phone number prominently, and have a call to action. Let me show you our website really quickly. And you'll see that the whole thing is set up to have people call us. And guys, every day that goes by, the web is becoming more and more important. So if you say to yourself, I don't need a website, you're silly, because it's, I recognize that every day, like TV is our bread and butter and what, feeds my family. And I understand that TV's gonna go like this sooner or later, and the internet is gonna go like, is continuing to go like this. So so where do your eyes go to? Your eyes go to the video, and then you've got a big red border over the top. I stole that idea from Amazon.com. Watch what happens when I scroll down the page. No matter where we are, what Amazon did is they put their card up there, and they just started this like 6 months ago, and I took it within a couple weeks. But you've got the number there, you've got a very short form. This has been tested over and over again, that an orange button will convert better than a green button. So put that there. We also find a lot of people, there's technology that will allow you to see when someone clicks on your site, where everyone's clicking or where they hover their mouse, and a lot of it's how it works. And I don't take any phone calls anymore, but I can remember taking hundreds of phone calls where the seller's first question was, well, tell me about your program. How does this work? So when you guys build your website, think about that. A lot of people are going to be like, is this real? I'm a little skeptical of this. Show me some proof. And so that's why I spent a couple $1,000s doing this video, because it was trying to teach, instruct the people on exactly how the process worked.
If you're looking at what Brad has, you're looking at what's called above the fold. The above the fold section is going to be the point where the person is going to pretty much decide whether or not they're going to do business with you. Going back up to the top of his page, he has about 5 to 6 multiple options for that person's call to actions for people to do something with his business. Give him a call, watch the video, and so on. Then you also go in what's called the unique selling proposition. He has that right below the video, also the button on the actual video, telling people why they should do business with him. That's the key to your conversion. Getting that person to convert before they have to scroll. Why? Because 75% of the people aren't going to scroll down your page.
They're going to.
Exactly. They're going to bolt. So whatever you can hit them with before the scroll begins, that converts them, will be your most powerful mechanism. Brad was talking about something called heat map. It's called heatmap.com, where you can actually put a heat map on your computer, and over days you can see exactly where the eyes are going. Generally it goes from left, top, right, going down the page. That's what he's talking about, the heat map that you can add on a code on your page, and you can monitor your site and see where your visitors are coming from. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
No problem. And this is a pop-up. I went to leave the site, and this is what pops up. I can't tell you how many deals we've gotten from this source, and this is expensive, but this is $300 a month, but they have them you can get a WordPress plugin for like $20-30 a month now. One thing I forgot to say is that with our lead follow-up is so good that in the last 12 months, we have closed 8 deals from missed phone calls. Who is calling missed phone calls back in this room? Okay, so you guys are leaving a lot of money on the table with missed phone calls. If you have a follow-up system like I've been preaching up here since when I first got up here, you would be able to put those missed phone calls in that system and then say, hey, I'm going to call these folks back. We use a VA for $4.50 an hour that calls these people back. I was in Hilton Head last year, and one of our 800 numbers wasn't working, so I called to test it. And I didn't even know our system was so robust. In the week that I was at the beach, I got three phone calls that I didn't answer that went to voicemail. I got 3 voicemails, and I got 3 texts, and they were all, hey, we missed a call. This is Express Home Buyers. Are you interested in selling your house? So just do that. I will do one more. WeBuyBaltimoreRealEstate.com? Okay.
Baltimore Real Estate?
So is this a carrot site?
Yeah.
So you guys weren't supposed to be in this, but I'm glad you did, because this is great. I mean, this is why you guys don't have to go out and pay a bunch of money to recreate this, because this guy's the best in the business. Your eyes go to that arrow. So instead of the picture, the last one that I did of a picture of a house that brings you no money, this says, hey, look, sell your house fast in Baltimore, Maryland, and then your eyes just go here. You put in the property address, phone. It's just 3 things, and then this tells you what you get. A lot of times, a lot of websites will say submit. Well, people don't want to submit. They want to get my fair cash offer. So does that make sense? Like, whoever those submit buttons stinks. And guess what? It's orange. It's orange. Who do it's time tested. I don't think they do a good job of, let's see, they haven't stolen Amazon in oh, yes, they did. They did. They stole that. Okay. So I think that call number could be a lot better. This is a little distracting. This isn't going to make you any money. This is, and this is. So I would make this a lot bigger, and not just call us. Call us here for a fair cash offer. But you guys can see the difference between this site and the last site. Here you go. Testimonials, credentials. This lady did business with her, and she's going to attest to how great she is. People, only 8% of people make buying decisions based on price. People do business with people they like and trust. So when you're talking to sellers, when you're meeting with them in their home, you're trying to connect with them, you're trying to build rapport, you're trying to understand their pain, and then what their pain is, and speak to their pain and how you can help their pain. I've got a sick mother. I've got to move to Florida. I've got to be there by September 15th. Well, Judy, I understand you just told me a couple minutes ago your mother's sick, and I feel real sorry for you, and I hope it works out. You need to sell this house. You need to go take care of your mother. Here is a solution that's going to get you there. Do you agree? So that's what you're doing. You're just identifying with their pain, and at the end of the day, we're problem solvers. We're solving people's real estate problems is what we do. So, again, I didn't want to do a carrot site, but now I'm glad, because you guys can kind of see the difference and you scroll down here, and there's another form. So you've always, no matter where you are, you have the ability to fill out a form on our website. You guys saw it, no matter what page you're on, I've got my form down the right side. So just make it easy for the folks to find you and connect with you. So that's it. You guys have any questions? I hope you got lots of great questions for me.
As far as the buyers, once you have a property under contract, you just kind of market to the buyer, or you also use online to also sell the property. And
so his question was, what do we do about buyers and moving our properties? Was that the question?
yeah.
So we're buying about 20 houses a month now. We're getting, I should say, 20 houses under contract a month. We're probably wholesaling 30% of those. We're probably buying, trashing out and listing another 20%, and then we're rehabbing the rest. So our buyers, we actually work with a good friend of mine and former business partner who has a pretty robust Keller Williams team. He also has a hard money business, so he has tons and tons of cash buyers. So we work with him in the DC market to sell our properties. Yes, ma'am.
So what happens when you get the deals? Let's say you get 40 deals a month. What's the next step? You have all these leads coming in and it's a deal. Do you put a contract on it first or then go out and see the property? What do you do?
So for years and years and years, we relied on TV too much, and we sat back in our office and we waited for the juicy deals to come in, and we would literally do the deals over the phone. We would say, we're going to offer you $150,000 for this house. If the person said no, we'd say, we'd try to convince them, but if it didn't work out, we'd say sorry. That was a major, major mistake. In the last year, we have started, if the person has equity and there's motivation, we're going out to see that house, because you cannot sign a contract over the phone, believe it or not. You got to get in front of the people and they've got to sign the contract. So now we're going out, and our conversion, not our conversion rates, our close rate, we're just closing so many more properties now because we're going out, we're building rapport with these folks, we're talking about their pain, we're sitting across from the table, they're seeing that we're not some fast-talking group that's, going to take advantage of them and not do what we say we're going to do. And we build that rapport, and then we sign up a deal, and we either wholesale it or buy it, list it, or fix it and flip it.
I mean, when you say we, are you saying you have a team that is set in place that actually goes and does this?
Yeah, I don't know if you came in late, but we have almost 30 people in our organization. So we have a whole acquisition staff. We outsource the sales. We have an accounting department. We have a marketing department.
Right there in the back.
But it wasn't like that. I started out by myself buying houses, and then I hired my partner, and then we split up roles, and then we just started growing.
The deals you work with Keller Williams, the wholesale deals you're talking about, do you typically take ownership tools, go to closing first and resell them? Especially if you're working and trying to list it with Keller Williams agent.
So her question is, what do we actually close on the properties, or we just wholesale them? We do both. So we actually truly do wholesale a number of properties every month, where that scenario with Brandon and Esther I talked about, where we never do take title and we just get an assignment fee at closing. A lot of the properties, though, we do end up buying and then just relisting. And then the last subset is the ones we actually buy and do a full renovation on. Did that answer your question? Okay.
So when you say that you're giving them an offer once they go on your website, are you actually giving them an offer on their house, or you're saying that you go out to the property and then give them the offer?
So the question was, are we actually giving them an offer over the phone or on the website, or making it at the house? So up until a year ago, we would make every single person an offer over the phone. Now we've kind of shifted our strategy, because we found that getting in front of these people closes more deals. So sometimes we'll throw out a range, and sometimes we'll say we need to come to your house to make that offer. And there's hardly anyone that's going to fight you about getting to their house. And that's a beautiful thing. There's got to be realtors in this room. Realtors, the number one thing a realtor wants is an appointment at the house. Well, it's tough for a realtor to get an appointment at a house. An investor, it's a lot easier, because you literally say, listen, I'm a cash buyer. I'm going to make you an offer on your house. Brandon, how in the world can I make an offer on your house unless I come see it? Like, I got to see, do you have structural issues? Is the roof leaking? Is the electrical all messed up? So you get an appointment by saying that. And once you get there, you build the rapport, you're going to have a much better chance of signing that contract. David. David's question was, when we go to see houses, do we have a home inspector with us? No, we do not have a home inspector. We have trained our guys what to look for. We have a spreadsheet. We actually are developing an app right now that they use, so we don't. What we do, though, is most of the time, probably 9 times out of 10, before we buy that house, we get someone from construction in there to say, yes, this is going to be a $40,000 rehab, or no, you guys really messed up. There's structural issues here, and it's going to be a $50,000 or $60,000 rehab. So be careful about that. But again, as a wholesaler, you don't have to worry about that. The only thing you have to worry about is your reputation. Don't go into a house and say, hey, Brandon, I'm going to buy your house, and then 2 days before closing say, I messed up the repair numbers. Sorry, Brandon. When Brandon's got his moving truck sitting there, like, we get calls like that every day from people who other investors screw them by doing that. So make sure that if you're going to go get the house under contract, you don't have anything financially to lose, but you've got your word and your reputation, which is hugely important to us because we built the brand.
Okay, my question is,
I'll get you next. Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to know, when did you decide that you wanted to start building a team? Like, what stage of the game were you at when you said I have to build a team?
At what stage of the game did I decide I had to build a team? So I'm a huge fan of Gary Keller and what he's done with Keller Williams. He has an amazing book called The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, and he's got one called The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. And he basically says one of the first hires that you do is an admin, because a lot of us are worth, pick a number, $50 to $1,000 an hour, but we're doing admin-related $10 and $15 an hour tasks. So when you see yourself doing a lot of those tasks, again, read Brittany's book. This is a great time because, again, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, you couldn't get a VA for $4.50 an hour. Now you can. So as soon as you find yourself doing, you guys should be tracking your time. If you're struggling and you can't figure out how to find deals, track your time on a weekly basis, see where you spend your time, and I guarantee you, you're wasting a lot of time either on emails or menial tasks that are $10 to $15 an hour. Get rid of those tasks, get them to someone else so you can focus on dollar-generating activities. Dollar-generating activities are following up on leads, generating more leads, and going out to the houses to close deals.
Percentage of the business comes from off-market deals.
What percentage of our business comes from off-market deals, meaning non-MLS offers?